Hello everyone, before this episode starts I wanted to give a quick shout out. A comedian named Ryan Barassa. He's actually in a competition right now where if you click on this link down in the comments, because we can't link to it in the video unfortunately, make sure you click on it, watch his 5-minute set, I believe it's on Dailymotion, and then hover over the video. In the left-hand corner, there'll be a little vote button. He's very funny. His material is mainly focused on atheism, and he's just seems like a cool guy. I talked to him on Twitter after I shouted him out on there. Nice guy, very funny. Give him a hand.
Totally loved it. Loved the set.
Yeah, click on that video.
Do it!
Click it! Now watch the video.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I am Jake.
This is Ask Hugo number 9.
Yeah, we've done 9 of these.
You asked me some questions in the comments of the last video, and here I am to answer them. Thus, the name of the show, and the number after it, for the number of times I've done it. So, Jake, first question.
Anonymous Girl asks, how about an Ask Jake series? I kind of want to hear what he thinks, LOL. I like to imagine that you actually did LOL.
So, people have asked this since the beginning of Ask Hugo,
Yes.
so instead of doing an Ask Jake because...
That's boring as fuck.
We're going to be doing a different series, and Jake, why don't you tell the people about that?
It's basically going to be called Jake Reads Your Comments. And I'm going to read your comments. Some of them will be real answers, like you'll ask me, you'll have questions down in the comments, and I'll actually answer them, and it could be historical, it could be whatever, and you don't have to really point it at me. I'm going to search every video that we do all the time. I go through the comments sometimes, so it'll be random, so you can try to focus on me, but there's no guarantee that it happens. It'll be random, so if you're a fucker, I might call your ass out.
Sometimes we get some people on these videos that need to be called out, so I'm sure those will be on there.
Oh,
some
yeah,
people
publicly.
Publicly
shamed.
And Jake's good at that. He's more of an asshole than I am. So
It's a skill. It's an acquired skill. Kind of like I'm like the LeBron James of making you look like shit. WT Freezer, like that's cute. What the freezer, man? He says, I'm an atheist, but was raised a Jehovah's Witness. What's the best way to tell my religious mother that I don't believe in God? Bear in mind that I was raised in religion for the past 15 years. I assume you're either 15 or... It says you were raised or you didn't start out necessarily Jehovah's, so I'm going to assume you're still a teenager.
Right. If you are a teenager and if they're very... adamant about their religion and it's like a huge part of their life, I would say don't tell her right now if you're under their roof and you are 15. Again, if you're not 15, I apologize, but I'm assuming you, based on just how it was worded, you are. Don't tell her until you have moved out and you are financially stable on your own.
Yeah, especially J-dubs. They can take that kind of hard.
Right. If, however, for some reason I'm just misunderstanding the comment and you are somehow in your 20s or whatever, and you are going to tell her, I'd maybe sit her down and say, I have something to tell you. And she might even, think for saying, oh, is he gay? Is he going to tell me he's gay? I don't know. But be like, I just want to tell you, I've thought a lot about this, and the things that you believe, I don't necessarily believe. And obviously it'd be a longer conversation than that, but just in broad strokes. Yeah.
We touched on it a little bit last episode too, and we made a point, it was a little bit different context, but just be kind.
Yeah, and she might be hurt by it, but I think it's better that you be honest with her, again, assuming you're not dependent on her at this point. And just answer any questions she has and talk to her about it and try and make her understand your point of view and why you left. And it's not going to be great. I doubt she'd come out of it going, oh, great, awesome. No, probably not. But, I mean, it's good to be honest with the people you care about at the end of the day, even if it does hurt them a little bit. But again, if you're 15, don't tell her until you get older. Just because I don't want you to end up on the street. I'm not saying... I don't know your parents. I'm not saying they necessarily would, but it might cause friction. It has happened. It has happened, and even if it doesn't, it'll cause unnecessary friction in your home, which you probably don't want at this point.
Right. Next question. Michael Hope asks, do either of you watch anime? If so, which ones?
I am not really a fan of anime, and... I feel like I used to be a little more adamant about this than I am now.
Definitely.
Children's anime, when I was a kid, I like Pokemon, which kind of counts, but it's children's anime.
Am I going to count Airbender, though? Because you really enjoy Airbender.
No, because...
It's kind of, sort of.
It's not, though. It's definitely American. It's just... It's an American animation that takes a lot of inspiration, I think, from anime ideas. And there's even an episode in the third season that kind of... does parodies of like Dragon Ball and stuff. He goes into like this fever dream and it's like Dragon Ball, and it kind of makes fun of it, but like in an homage sort of way.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't really count that. That's still definitely very rooted in American animation and American storytelling. I watched the first couple episodes of Attack on Titan, and I thought that looked good, but I hate to be this person, and I sound like I feel like I sound like a rube when I say it, but I hate watching subtitled anime. I like to watch it dubbed, and it can look a little silly, but I prefer it. I hate reading my way through a series. A movie I can handle, but a whole series I can't read my way through it.
I for one really enjoyed Attack on Titan, and I binge watched it over a weekend once when like I was bored as shit. But since you asked both of us, I don't really watch anime either. No. I watched Dragon Ball Z a little bit in high school, and not really deep into high school, like freshman and sophomore year, because it was on Toonami, if you guys remember that, on Cartoon Network. That was cool, but they power up for like 3 episodes in a row, and they talk, and it's like, this isn't even my final form, and it's like, okay, I get it. Just fight. I want to see violence and laser beams and crazy shit.
My girlfriend's actually really into Dragon Ball. She's seen like every episode of every season.
It's better in Japanese, I hear.
And she just watched the new movie, The Battle of the Gods, or whatever it is, and like the villain's a cat. And I caught part of it because she was watching it. It looked ridiculous to me.
It's pretty crazy.
It looks like it might be fun, and maybe if I got into it, I'd enjoy it. But man, you ever just feel like I don't have the stamina to sit through like 9 seasons of a fucking show right now?
Yes.
So maybe someday I'll watch it. But you know what I did watch as a kid though? I remember it, but I barely remember it. Sailor Moon.
Does that count?
Sailor Moon is anime.
Sailor Moon, yeah, I guess it is, isn't it?
It's of the genre.
Tuxedo Mask. We've made a joke about this before.
Tuxedo Mask. What the fuck? He wears a tuxedo when he has a mask. And
That's
how
the
does she not
worst
know
name.
who it is? It's the guy she knows in her normal life. He's just wearing a tuxedo and a mask.
He was Hannah Montana before Hannah Montana was Hannah Montana.
Anyway, next question. That's enough about fucking anime.
Mike Hunt, cute, asks.
Did you make that when you were 12?
Yeah, but you
Mike.
did. Stupid Mike. I live in the Bible Belt, and people always bug me because I came out as an atheist to all my friends a long time ago. At the time, I didn't think it would be a big deal because, in all truth, it's not. But what should I do to get them off my back?
Well, I mean, I wish you would have provided a little more context. Like, how are they bugging you?
Yeah.
Like, are they just, every conversation, is it being dominated by, like, oh, you should come to church with us? Or, like, why are you an atheist? Blah, 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 blah. Like, if it's that overbearing, you might actually, if they're close enough friends, maybe say to them, you know, I really like you guys, but I mean, this is becoming a thing you're bringing up all the time.
Yeah.
Can you please not bring it up? It's not me. I'm not comfortable with it. And you might even not be comfortable with it, but usually that gets people to kind of back off about that sort of thing. But if they keep doing it, I mean, that's a hard one. I mean, if they're really your friends, if you tell them, you know, this is who I am, and I'd like you to kind of back off about it, they should be fine. But if they don't, that kind of paints a bigger picture of maybe they're kind of jerks. Not jerks, though, either, because, I mean, I kind of have some respect for certain religious people who really, really, really want to bring people to their side because they believe they're helping them. Yeah. They think they're on the right side, they're doing the right thing, and I understand that, but, man, they're not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's a fine line. I mean, some people are going to be vehement in their belief, and some people are going to think that because maybe you are really good friends, and maybe that's why they try so hard. So I would actually have a real discussion with them personally and be like, so I don't believe, and it annoys me that you guys do this. Maybe one-on-one would be better than having them gang up on me.
You could even say, I mean, I don't know how you talk to them, but you can even say, like, you know, I don't harp on you for your beliefs necessarily. I wish you would do the same for me.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's either going to work or it won't. I don't know what to tell you. I've never had that problem. I don't live in the South, so I'm not surrounded by that all the time. I have, like, one friend, it's Jake, and he's, you know where he stands, so.
Yeah. Dale McMillan asks, my fiance and I are planning an atheist wedding. We're not planning on telling anyone about the nature of the ceremony beforehand, so they don't worry about it, and kind of just find out at the time. Both our families are Christian to some extent, so they probably won't be too pleased. I'd like to hear your take on that.
When you say atheist wedding, I'm wondering if you mean there's just lack of religion and it's just secular, which is understandable.
Or overtly,
or are you going to be like
Dawkins is going to be
like he's your officiant and he's like, oh, by the way, religion, like what, I don't know what you mean. Assuming you just mean it's just secular and there aren't any religious aspects, they'll probably be kind of surprised and maybe afterwards be like, what was that? And you would explain it. But if you mean it's going to actively be, like, shitting on... like, if it's tongue-in-cheek, that's kind of funny. I get it. But honestly, if I were you, I would tell him beforehand. I'd be like, if it's like that, if it's just secular, you know, you don't really have to say anything.
If it's secular, they shouldn't even notice.
No. But if it's like you're going to be doing, like, something tongue-in-cheek against religion that you think is pretty funny... And I would probably think it's funny, too, to be completely honest. But I'd at least give them a heads up just so they're aware. I think that's fair to do. But if it's just secular and you just mean there aren't religious elements, which is pretty standard, that's not that uncommon these days. I mean, I'm certainly not going to have a religious wedding either.
Yeah, no.
But I think Jake and I had to talk once, too, about me being at his wedding, and I'm going to dress up like a Catholic priest, pretend to be, and I'll be his officiant.
Yeah, we're going to get Hugo whenever I decide to get married someday, or don't, I don't know. But if it ever happened, he would be the person that did the vows and stuff, because I think that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. But either way, I mean, I think it'll be fine. I mean, if you're going to be doing something... specifically that's sort of anti-religion in a funny way, I'd give him a heads up. If not, don't even worry about it.
You only want him at the reception anyway, honestly. It's all about the party. It has nothing to do with you guys. But congratulations!
Yeah, congratulations. Good for you guys. Woo! Where's my invitation, bitch?
I Ate a Cat asks, Hugo, will you marry me? You'll get Canadian citizenship.
Yes, obviously, for one. Obviously.
Yeah.
2, I require several things at the wedding. Poutine and curling. I want you to combine those things somehow. Make a fusion of poutine and curling. Curl the poutine the curl. I don't know how you would do that. Fuse them, and we'll kiss at the wedding, and there'll be vows, and it'll be beautiful. And we'll have... He's a dude, right?
Yeah, his name's Mike.
Right.
Hi, Mike.
And I hope you're a power bottom. You're welcome.
The Golden Avian asks the last question of Ask Hugo number 9. Since it's getting close to winter, and while we're on the Christmas topic from last episode, Hugo, which do you prefer, hot chocolate or hot apple cider?
Neither. And let me tell you why. You fucking people in your hot beverages. Okay, we spent hundreds of years developing technologies to make it so we could have cool drinks. Fucking Middle Ages, you don't get a cool drink. You get water that's room temperature at best, warm at worst. Now, we fucking have refrigerators that you can go get a cold beverage from, get some goddamn chocolate milk, and you're like, I want this hot. Fuck you, people, you fickle fucking assholes. You and your who wants a hot beverage? It's fucking hot. That's disgusting. I drink, like, hot chocolate, I drink it, it's like this came out of a diseased cow udder, like it was warm, like it came out of its teat. In hot apple cider, what the fuck is wrong with you? You get a goddamn cinnamon donut and an apple cider, you want cold cider with it. Why do you want hot cider? That's disgusting. You're like one of those people who gets warm milk before bed, and I just want to strangle you. What the fuck, people? Wrong. So that's Ask Hugo. Thanks everyone for watching. You can ask more questions in the comments and I'll answer them next time.
Yeah.
And stay tuned probably next week for Jake's new segment, Jake Reads Your Comments, where he's going to pick out comments. You don't necessarily have to ask him anything. He's just going to be looking at comments that he doesn't like in general.
Nobody's safe.
On all the videos. And then we'll talk about it then. So until next time, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this has been Ask Hugo number 9.
That's what we call it.